I took my glasses off, but now it's really like blinding my eyes. I need the blue light glass. Yeah, you guys are blind.
Yeah, that's right. We're
can't
blinding.
stand-
so brightly.
I was gonna say I just can't stand the sight.
Oh,
You just shine two shining stars that I
like my version better.
I get to, need to look at each week.
Okay. This is due to underwhelming demand with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, the podcast that knows that life begins at 40.
I thought you were going to say that too. I knew that.
Yeah.
You know what?
Just kidding, Forman. No, it doesn't.
Shut up.
No, it doesn't.
How many more days till you're 40? Yeah. Forman, not very many. Wait, from the day this comes out?
Yeah, tomorrow.
It's the next day.
Not counting,
it's the very next day.
Oh my gosh. Happy 40th birthday, Forman.
Forman is 40.
Forman is 40.
So this is our
fabulous Forman at 40.
That's right. This is our Forman is 40
celebration
podcast.
Yes.
Sure.
If you want to wish me a happy birthday in person, you can find me for the next 4 days at the Canada Games Aquatic Centre for my daughter's artistic swimming at the Ontario Artistic Swimming Championships, volunteering every day.
Volunteering? I heard you doing some announcements there. Is that your volunteer gig?
Yes, it is. At least I have a skill that's useful to what they need, right?
Yep.
It's the one thing every other parent says, well, I'm not signing up to be the announcer. I'm like, I got you.
I can do this.
This
is the one thing I can do.
I didn't sign up for that either. When Charlotte was figure skating, I would do security at the door.
Security?
Oh, David.
I know. I'm the worst person for doing that.
Yes.
I wouldn't let anybody in.
Whenever I
give a ticket, get out.
As you know,
but I'm her grandmother. I don't care.
Off, Granny.
Yeah, get out.
I'm the vice president of our home and school association, and so as you may or may not know,
I'm vice president. I'm VP of the home and school association.
VP, yeah.
Yeah, big deal.
I bow
no one
only
else wants
to the
do
president,
that.
or maybe the principal.
Yeah.
Nobody else wants to, which is how I've still got voted in again.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
But yes, I end up doing a lot of the announcing and public speaking.
I don't do that.
So that's
I used to try to avoid.
Avoid what? Public speaking?
Yeah, I was never any good at it.
It's the only thing I'm good at, Dave. What else am I going to offer?
I'm no good at it. Anyway, here we are. This is a podcast. It's the 40th birthday podcast for Forman. And coming up on the podcast, Rachel and her daughter have reached a new stage in life.
Yes. It's a special time in our relationship.
They hate each other. I'm pretty sure that's what she's going to say. Close.
No.
Pretty close.
All swear words are now allowed. Let them fly.
I don't hate her.
Yeah. That's right. Forman's going to play Guess What Celebrity He Ran Into, which I can't wait.
I actually can't wait because he has not told us which one it is. And so I will be guessing.
This is the best.
And I can't wait to learn who it is.
Yeah. And it's very literal. Guess which celebrity I ran into.
Oh, good.
You were literally, okay, great. Good.
I mean, it wasn't a collision, but
like that.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
I am going to begin, though. I'm going to begin with, and I don't know if you read a lot, if a lot of people are reading as much as we used to read 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I don't know how many people read. Mm-hmm. I read when I have a chance, which is not that often.
I swear to God, if you're bringing up Sarah Jessica Parker.
No, not at all.
Sarah J. Maas?
Yeah, she reads 3 books a day. I read that.
Oh, Sarah Jessica Parker does?
Yeah. 2 books or 3?
The actress?
Yeah, right. Like,
she reads
prove it,
2
lady.
a day?
2 a day.
Well, you know what? My stepdad reads. He could blow through a whole book in a day for sure. Probably 2. Like, I wouldn't. Yeah,
well,
he reads
I think
a lot.
if you're doing that, you need to get a life. Maybe go for a walk.
I've been trying to read more, to be honest with you, because for a long time I haven't been doing any reading.
Well,
I used to read a lot as a kid.
I want to bring you into this because I think we touched on reading. You were going to read a book series, which I knew that we had already purchased for my wife, Jana. Mm-hmm. And so what the question is, when you read a book, do you understand what you're reading?
Yes. Why would
always?
Yeah. Mostly.
Do you really? Okay.
If I don't understand it, I usually go over it a couple times to be like, what happened? Right.
That's the question.
Mm.
So, what's the book series that you talked about on the podcast? Because I know my wife's reading. I can't remember.
It's A Court of Thorns and Roses, but it's a series. So the first book is called A Court of Thorns and Roses, which they call ACOTAR.
Okay. Sure.
But then there's 5 books in the series, and I'm on book 5. Finally, it has taken me a long time to get through all, and they're thick, except for number 4, which was kind of a write-off. And if you've read it, you know it's like everybody says it's like the Christmas special. But I'm on the last one, which everybody had told me was their favorite, and I agree so far.
Is this the series
do you like the whole thing? Do you like it? Are you enjoying it? Are you?
I didn't like
book
book 4. It was kind of like, nah.
It's a fantasy thing, though, right?
So this is not something I would have ever picked up. But a friend of mine told me, and I think I told you, or Jana heard about it. I don't know, but we were talking to him, and then you did buy it for her. And so, but it's very popular right now. And I think that the author was in talks to like make a TV series out of it or something, kind of like Game of Thrones. But I don't actually know if that's happening now.
Yeah, because isn't this softcore porn with dragons as a book?
There's no dragons. This one's fairies.
Even better.
Kind of. So I was at my sister's house last summer, and I had this book series, and she was like, "Is that your porn book?" And I was like, No, it's not my porn book.
In
and
my
she's
mind.
like, I've heard that it's just porn. And I'm like, well, it's not just that. And then I left, and she has now blown through the entire series before I finished it at all. Since I left her house. So I'm like, okay. So, but it is spicy, as they say.
Spicy. Okay.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard the word, my wife doesn't use the word spicy when she discusses it. She finished that series. I think she was onto it before when you brought it up, and I was like, oh, yeah. We bought the books, and she wants them.
Okay.
This is what she... So I will say to you, because I would ask her, because of my experience with Game of Thrones, and I can honestly say I haven't read Game of Thrones. I just watched it, but I literally had to go back and rewatch a lot of it because I was confused.
I
didn't really.
Yeah.
Now
I could see that if they made this into a TV show.
When it got to the final season, which most people say didn't live up to their expectations, I was okay with it because I was done. And I went, okay, it's fine. It's done.
Right.
I don't want to watch it again. I watched most of the early seasons, 2, 3, 4. I watched them a couple of times really to try it because I was confused. Who was that? Who's this guy?
Because people just appear and there's no explanation.
How are they connected? I didn't understand. Anyway, when it wrapped up, I was like, yeah, I get it. It wasn't satisfying, but I get it. Mm-hmm. So my wife with your, what do you call this thing? The Court of Thorns, whatever it's called. What is it?
ACOTAR.
Yeah, okay. She read all of the books a second time.
She's done all of them twice in the time that it's taken me to read one.
Because she was really quite confused. And I get that. Again, as I say, when you deal with fantasy novels and television,
there is a lot going on.
There's a lot of things to follow. Okay. So anyway,
there is,
I remember because we bought them all for her. She was constantly reading them. She would read them in her spare time when there was nothing to do. Mm-hmm. She was reading them all the time. So, well, did you like them? I don't know. And now somebody wants me to read a new series.
Oh, yes.
Rachel?
My next one, and it's on my nightstand ready to go, is Fourth Wing.
Yeah, okay.
What's that?
Fourth Wing
that's not a new series, a different series. Rebecca Yarros, I think, is the author, and there's 3 books. So it's Fourth Wing, Onyx Storm,
Iron Flame, and then Onyx Storm.
Okay, I don't know which one is which, but
I have
the first one.
Spicy?
I think so, and this one one
I
has
don't
dragons.
know about that.
Yeah, you
well,
wouldn't...
Jana might call them muy caliente.
No, she no.
You might not know that. There are TikToks of women giving their husbands these sections of books to read, and they're reading it and looking at their wives like, "What the hell?"
Really?
So maybe, you could ask her to read a portion of it, maybe.
So we got these books individually. So, there's a new one that my friends, everybody at work's talking about. I said, okay, so what is it? So what did you say it was?
Fourth Wing.
Fourth Wing, and then Iron Flame, and then Onyx Storm. So
right.
we got
it's like the Fourth Wing series. So there's 3 books.
Yeah, so Fourth Wing was a gift.
Or maybe, is there a 4th one coming out? I can't remember.
Oh, it could be. Fourth Wing was a gift. Iron Flame was a gift. And then Onyx Storm we borrowed. So we finished Onyx Storm.
So she's read all of them now?
Yes, all 3 of them.
Oh,
yeah.
And how does it compare
to
I
said, the first one, how was the first one? Well, it wasn't bad. And then I said, how was the second one? I didn't really like the second one. I was really kind of confused what was going on. And then the third one, which is Onyx Storm, she finished about a week and a half ago and then reread the last 4 chapters. And she said, I said, are you done your book?
Is she a fast reader? She must be fast.
But if she does, she spends some time reading. I wouldn't say fast.
Okay.
But so I said, how was the book, the last book? Well, I'm reading the last 4 chapters. Again? Yeah. I said, well, why? She says, I have no idea what happened. I said, what do you mean what do you mean you have no idea? She goes, I have no idea. I said, you got to the end of the book, what happened? I don't know.
I don't know how it ended.
I said, really?
I don't remember.
Yeah, did somebody win?
So she just didn't take it in while she was reading it, or
no, she just
didn't
honestly didn't know.
Wow.
Okay.
So she literally read those last 4 chapters.
I think there is a lot going on in fantasy books. There's this. Yes. There's a war here. There's this happening here. There's this person trying on this quest here, and this.
She read them.
There's
again.
A lot happening.
She read the last 4 again.
Okay.
And so I said, "Are you done reading it a second time?" Yes. Well, I still don't know. And then she ended up talking to her friends at work who have also read it, and they were pretty much the same. Nobody seemed to know.
Really? Okay. I haven't
although
gotten to that one yet, so.
One individual pointed out, we think it's a cliffhanger, so that they leave you. They leave you
if
hanging.
There's a 4th book,
but you don't know why. Anyway,
everything's just hanging.
My whole point is, Rachel, good luck. Hope you enjoy the books.
So I think there is a 4th book coming.
There better be.
I can tell you right now,
We're waiting for book 4.
My wife has no interest in reading it.
Release date, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Maybe
we were watching.
I have no idea.
We were watching an episode of Andor today, and we both looked at each other.
I don't know what Andor is.
Do you know what's going on? And we were like, no, not really. We have no idea.
I keep falling asleep.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand. It's the podcast that knows that you know you're 40 when you hear your favorite song in an elevator.
Forman? Have you done that recently?
No, I haven't. I guess I'm not 40.
Or
but you will be tomorrow.
Or you find yourself cleaning your house to the music you used to drink to.
Yeah.
I like to cook on a Sunday to Motown sounds on iHeartRadio, and everyone else in the house hates it.
Really? I like Motown. They don't like it?
It's really good.
My kids just want to listen to musicals. Soundtracks all the time.
Oh God, that would be that's wow.
I don't mind it.
That's more stereotypical Rachel's house than I could have imagined.
Yeah, I would. Wow.
The ones that we're cycling through lately, it was Wicked for a long time. Now we kind of cycle through The Greatest Showman, which is good.
Okay.
This is, if I was making a joke about what they listen to at Rachel's house, it would be musicals and all of these titles, but it's real.
It is
absolutely real.
Hairspray, the Snow White soundtrack.
The new one?
The new one?
Yeah. Okay, all right, Rachel.
Anyway.
Just go.
Speaking of
can we talk about something else?
Can we at least start singing
my kids.
La 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 lava chicken?
We did that for a long time. Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Ooh, mamacita, yeah, you're ringing the bell. I know the whole thing. Okay.
That's the whole song.
Did you see
That
the
was it.
movie? Did you see the Minecraft movie?
We actually did, yes.
It's great, isn't it?
Can
You're
we move
really-
on?
It's
All
funny. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny, other than I just pictured, for some reason, the whole time, I thought, if Dave went to see this, he would hate it.
Of course I would.
Hate
Really?
it so much. Yes.
Yes.
Dave, don't go see it.
I'm not.
Don't watch it when it comes
I
out
thought
at
it
home.
was
won't.
cute. Well,
I
I
have
mean,
no
I
desire.
go see a lot of kids' movies. Lilo and Stitch will be the next one. So anyway.
Have fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of my children, I've reached a real fun new stage with my daughter, Julia, who's the
How
oldest.
old?
She's almost 12. She'll be 12 this year in August.
Yeah.
She's 11. She's in grade 6. She's insists on being called a preteen.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's not a kid. She's a preteen. And so we're a pretty close-knit family. Like, we're pretty close, right? So we like to cuddle, and I love to give the kids kissies. But I've noticed that Julia doesn't love kissies as much anymore.
Whoa, Mom.
Yeah.
Back off.
Yeah.
It's bad enough when you drag me to Home Depot on
That's
Saturday,
right.
but
That's right.
get your mouth off me.
Yeah. Stay away.
But I just can't. You know when you see your kids and they're just so cute and you're like, I have to give them a kiss, and then they don't let you, and then you're just jonesing for a hit. You're like, I just need to kiss them. I just need to kiss
No,
those
I've
cheeks.
never really. No.
What? That
No.
doesn't happen to you?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
A little
Don't
bit.
ever Jones for that.
Oh,
I would say
Jones
it's
for
a-
that every day.
A
every
little
day.
bit. That happens. Emily's fine. Emily loves dishing them out. So
Yes. Oh,
Great.
nobody kisses me, but well, Kendall does sometimes, but I have to kiss everybody else, and then I'm just craving it because they don't let me. So every morning I go to the bus stop because I take the dog for a walk right after the bus,
don't
and
do it
our
to her
bus
at the
stop's
bus stop.
very, very.
definitely do it at the bus stop.
I definitely
That's when
do
you're
it
like,
at the
I
bus
love
stop.
you so much, Harley. Have a great day with your friends.
Yes, so that you've just ruined my whole bit because that's
Oh.
exactly what I do every day at the bus stop. And our bus stop is very large. There are, and I counted one day, I think 28 kids that get on the bus at our bus
You're
stop.
just
so there's
so
parents.
mean.
There's
That's
probably at least
so-
35 people there
That's
every single
the
day.
Worst.
So usually she's okay with it most of the time, and I don't think she's embarrassed that I'm there. But I do say to her, I love you so much. Have a great day. And I scream it so that everybody can hear when she's walking away. So she just kind of
Dude, so
scurries.
why do you
scurries
do,
away quickly.
Why do you do that?
I think it's one, I mean it, and two, it's hysterically funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
All right.
hysterically funny.
If you're doing it to be funny, then I'm on your side.
Yeah.
If you're doing it because I can't think of any other reason you would do that to your child.
Because
with
I
all
really,
with all
really
these other
love them
people.
so much.
With all these, that's fine. You
Yeah.
should love your child
Yeah.
to the ends of the earth. I
Sure.
don't have a problem with that. But I do
Thank
believe
you for that. Yeah, thank you. for
there
your
was a
approval on
point.
that.
Was there ever a point in your life where you looked at your parents and thought, God, they embarrass me? Right?
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah. I
Yes.
can't remember a
Probably.
time where I
Of
didn't
course,
think that.
Of course.
Really? Oh, I don't know if they really embarrassed me. I don't know. Maybe, I guess. But they didn't do stuff like that. I do stuff like that. and I
But
plan
don't
to
you
do stuff
see
like
that in yourself? Don't you see that as your daughter getting on that bus with a mother screaming, I
Yeah.
love you this
So
much?
I think she'll think of that at later in life and be like, my mom was hysterical and at least she showed her love. Like,
No,
that's funny.
I believe that at some point she will remember it as the point in her life where she wanted you dead. I do. I do.
Yeah.
I hope not. So she
No.
hasn't been too bad
Shit,
about it yet,
it's
but
not,
I
it's
think
not
it
a
might be
lasting
getting worse.
thing. It's never a lasting thing.
No,
it's
no,
just, it's
no.
just sort of a.
She'll come back
preteen
around in her
teenager.
mid-20s.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think I was embarrassed by my parents, but I
How could you not
certainly
be?
didn't like them until I was probably 23. Like, I don't think
Then you've proved our point.
Yeah. From probably 15 to 23, I was just like, yeah. You know, I was too busy with my friends, too busy going out and dealing with my own life. I don't even really know what happened in anyone else's life in my home between like 15 and 23. Don't care. Didn't care at the time. I care now, but I didn't care at the time. And so Julia's not quite there yet, but she's starting to just ignore me. Sometimes I think she thinks it's kind of funny to ignore me. So today I had to drive the kids to school. I had to drop some stuff off for the school. And
because you're vice president of the school thing.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And so I go in and there's some older girls standing at the front. So I said goodbye to Kendall and Julia just walked away. And I was like, goodbye. I love you. Have a good day. She was gone before she could even hear me. So I was like, okay, this is our new thing, I guess, that she's just going to ignore me.
Wait till she says to you, and she will. She's going to say this. I hate you.
Yeah.
She has said that. You. Yeah. When she's been angry with us before, she has said, I hate you guys. And we're like, what? And then she's like, oh, okay, I don't really.
No. She'll really start to mean it when she gets older.
I know, because I meant it too. I know. But Kendall is 8. Kendall is 8. And so she says to me, Mommy, you'd better, when I'm in high school, because to my kids, being a teenager is the be-all, end-all of life. Like, that's the ultimate thing that you could
want to be.
Is a teenager. And she says, Mommy, when I am a teenager, you'd better not come to my school and kiss me in front of my boyfriend. And I said, I am absolutely coming to your school and kissing you right in front of your boyfriend. Well, that's for sure what I'm going to be doing. You just wait.
Well, look,
she's okay with it right now. She's okay with it now.
I'm in favor of the embarrassment factor. I really am. But I didn't do that at the bus stop, but now I have a 19-year-old almost.
I can't believe that.
Approaching 19. And
I met her when she was 5.
I know.
5 years old.
When
she used to sit on my lap. She probably doesn't remember
when kids come over now, I'm like, well, this will be fun. Hi, I'm Charlotte's dad.
Yeah.
My name's Dave.
Yep.
What's yours?
Jackson.
Where do you come from?
That's right. It's way better when they're older and they really understand.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You cannot wait. You got to save some of that.
Because Jeremy won't do that. But so I have to do it for both of us, and it's going to be amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I can't wait.
Forman, you don't do it?
Well, I'd rather hide at that stage. But for now, the saving grace I have is Harley's really embarrassed and does not want hugs and at the school bus or any of that. But if you're like at her activities, like at her swimming, even just to practice, she's always, if you focus on her way down at the pool, she's always looking to see if you're looking.
Oh, that's a good thing.
You're in trouble if she catches you on your phone too much or looking around or talking to other parents or whatever. You have to be watching, and she'll never say it, but you know it still means a lot.
Yes.
It means everything to her that you have her attention, and that will save your heart.
Yeah.
And I think Julia's the same. I think she loves that I do it, but she's pretending to be cool. And so she's walking away and pretending to ignore me, but she's secretly walking away going, okay. I like
think
that.
so.
I think so too. And I bet you Harley loves that you're the announcer of the swim team. She probably loves that.
I actually don't think she likes that.
No,
Really? I think
you keep dreaming.
Like,
I don't know what color. I don't know what color the sky is in your world, Rachel, but that's okay. You keep dreaming. Okay?
Love isn't the word I use to describe when I'm listing off the kids' names. What a great swim from blah, 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 blah. Harley Gordon!
See?
That's amazing.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that knows when you hit the age of 40 in dog years, you're dead.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm 42 this year.
Okay, well,
2 days after Forman.
Okay, it's the podcast that knows when you hit the age of 40, you're literally halfway between diapers and Depends. That's a fact.
Oh, that's so sad.
Happy 40th, Forman.
Happy
No, let's
40th.
focus on the fact that Rachel's 42.
Enjoy your time. Yeah.
Wow, Rachel's
2 days later.
Rachel's pretty much on the downs. Like she's on her way to 50.
Like I'm on my deathbed or something? Oh,
You're
my
on
God.
your way to 50.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You're closer to 50 than you are to 30.
Yeah, closer to 50 than I am.
50. Yeah,
That's
50
not
is
very
coming.
nice.
It's in your sights.
Oh, God.
There's no other milestone between then and now.
was-
I never
this
pictured
was-
myself at 50. I didn't know what it would be like, but I'm not there
coming.
yet either, so
It's coming. It's coming.
it's coming.
We're getting a picture of it.
It's coming.
Listen, it's better than the alternative, you know?
Good point.
You're lucky to be
knows
50.
Nobody knows that better than me.
Really?
Oh,
Because you're
there you
still
go.
around, so
Yes, I'm still here somehow.
there's a few people who
right.
know it better than you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I just actually ran into a very famous person that I bet you and most people all know.
Okay.
Ran into
You
someone
ran into
famous.
a famous person.
Yeah.
Are we
Okay,
playing?
are we playing
okay.
a guessing game?
Yes, we're playing.
do we
Guess
get-
what celebrity I ran into?
Okay, do we get like 20 questions or 10 questions or what do we get?
Yeah, you can just keep on guessing.
I have a
until
good
we-
guess actually already.
Do you?
Okay.
There was a few
What-
I was
can
going to guess, and then I just got one popped into my head.
Okay,
Okay.
can I ask you then, if I could ask a few questions?
Yes, please.
Where did this occur?
London
Okay.
on
where?
a path on one of the walking trails that goes along the Thames River, right behind Storybook Gardens. If you're familiar with London,
Yes, I do know
Okay,
where
so
that
the
is.
Springbank Park walking path.
basically,
That's
yes,
far for you to be from home.
yes. But when your children are at a 3.5-hour swimming practice,
It's not that far away.
what's a
Oh.
boy to do?
What's a boy to do?
You might
Not
as well.
drive
Okay.
back to St. Thomas and back and forth again.
It's
that's
actually
for sure.
not that close to your swim thing either, but okay.
Like 10 minutes down Wonderland.
Okay, all right. Okay, so you were running on the path? Walking?
Mostly running, a little bit
Okay.
of walking.
Run
in
walking.
between.
They're doing the
Yes.
run
Run
walking
walk?
thing.
I'm
Okay, so we're in
I'm
London.
starting to prepare for Tilsonburg's Running with the Bulls coming up July 19th. Register now at tilsonburgrunningwiththebulls.com
Pardon
for
me.
5K. Yes, 5K supporting families facing a cancer diagnosis.
Are there
cause.
real
Okay,
bulls
well, that's a
running
great
with you,
cause,
Forman?
but what?
It's
Are
not
there
real
bulls running with
The
you?
family name who runs it, their last name is Bull.
I
well, I
see.
would like it better. if you-
Genius event name, right?
No,
Yes,
it's great.
it
And I
catches your
wish them
attention.
well. And whatever you need to do to raise that money, do it.
Sure, yeah.
Enjoy
yeah.
yourself, Forman. But I would love it if you were running with the bulls. Like if you're gonna do that, please tell us. Please provide us video. I would like to see that.
Tilsonburg, not Spain.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So you're run walking.
Okay. You're run walking.
in
Is this
the
person
late,
a male or a female?
Male.
It's a male.
Late afternoon, early evening,
Evening.
roughly.
Yeah.
Evening.
7-ish p.m.
Okay, that eliminates any news anchors, I think.
7-ish p.m. on a weekday.
Yeah, I think that would eliminate.
Who's
You're not
very
running into
famous?
whatever the
I
guy's
was
name
gonna
is,
guess Genevieve Fisher, our friend, but now I know it's a man.
I have run into her on a trail in St. Thomas, though, in the last few months.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who else could we guess? The mayor, Josh Morgan.
No, because I wouldn't know him to look at him.
Oh,
I
I
can't
see.
even picture
Well,
what
you
he
would
looks
know
like.
him if you had knocked him over. Because he would probably
say,
say,
"Do you
"Do
know
you
who I
realize
am?"
who I am?" Yeah.
Yeah.
mean,
No,
oh,
I don't
would
think he
he?
would say that. I don't
Did
think
you
he would say that.
literally run into this person?
I ran past the person, and they recognized me first.
Oh, wow.
Really? Okay.
They-
But
oh,
they are much more famous.
They can't be
Much
if they
more
recognize.
famous.
How could anybody who
Taz.
would recognize you?
Taz from.
Not that.
No. He
I was
works
gonna
with Tad. They're in the same
I know,
building.
but maybe you. Well, I know, but who knows?
I
Maybe they're
rarely
both
see
at
him because, morning shift versus afternoon shift.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, my next guess, and this was my guess from the beginning once you started talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Paparella.
What makes you say Nick Paparella?
Because he's a runner.
He's a runner. I
He's a
know he's
runner?
a runner, and he used to listen to us all the time. And so I know he knows who you are.
And that's it? That's all that's based on?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you ruined it. It was Nick. Nick
Oh,
Paparella.
very good.
Hey, Forman.
Nick, that's exactly what it sounded like. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Forman.
Forman.
He was running past me the opposite way, and he's wearing a hat and all his
Yep.
fancy running gear because he's obviously a runner, and I'm just out there flailing.
He's a big runner. He does run a lot.
Yes,
I knew
he
that
runs a
about
lot.
him.
Yes.
Oddly enough, I ran into Nick Paparella about a month ago downtown London.
Come on.
Yeah, because
Come
he's
on.
Come on.
because he's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for all the teasing we do about Nick, he is the nicest man.
He's a sweetheart.
He's so kind.
For those
and-
that don't know,
yeah.
Nick has been a staple of the local London news, whatever it's been called over the many, many years.
Yes, he's been there
He's
forever.
been there forever. Everybody
Forever.
knows Nick in London.
He told me when I saw him how long he'd been there, and I forget the number of years, but I guess he could retire at any point now. But I think he likes what he's doing.
Well, I said to him when,
So-
like, I'm thinking of, he goes, come on. I'm like, oh, all right. You keep doing it there, Nick.
Well, I can tell he's not the
good.
biggest fan of being the one that has to cover the World Junior Hockey Players trial
No.
right now.
No, no.
Yes,
but
I
that's
wasn't going to
pretty
bring that up,
sure-
but yeah,
pretty
he's the
sure
one at
he
the
wouldn't
courthouse.
enjoy that.
No
Yeah.
one would.
No, it's not a
Come
fun story,
on.
that's for sure.
Come on.
Yeah. No, that's not a
well.
fun story. So that's
Yes.
good that you ran into Nick.
Yeah,
So
and he's-
you took a picture together.
of course, we chatted for a while. He said he's been listening, so thank you. Shout out Nick
Aw.
Paparella, listening to Country
so
104.
nice.
Appreciate it. Even knew who I was, which is
Very
I
nice.
mean, I know like we kind of worked together and
Yeah.
we did some events together, but like, why
Sure.
would he care who the hell I am, right?
Well, I think he listens to us every day. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he knew you for sure.
He asked how you guys were. He informed me that he has a son who's working overseas. Do you know where and with whom? It's a very famous American.
No, I don't.
I thought I saw his son doing some reports on the new Pope, to be honest with you. And I believe it was his son because one of his kids I know was in Italy. That much I know.
Working there at the Vatican is a colleague with the Pope.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, he's working at the
He
Vatican.
works there.
Yes.
Wow, doing what?
I'm not sure, but he works there.
He
That's
became,
amazing. Wow.
CTV had him. I was watching CTV, not local, but it was, I think CTV National, and they had him on talking about how they select the new Pope and what the process
Wow.
is. Yeah,
Cool.
he knows the dope on the Pope.
The dope on the Pope, the new Pope, even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
It is
Well,
cool.
when
and
I
now,
saw Nick, that they hadn't had a new Pope yet. The first one hadn't died yet. So,
There's been many popes that have.
well,
he wasn't the first pope.
The most
right.
recent last
There's
one.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of
plenty
popes.
of popes.
Sure.
plenty of.
Yeah.
And now I have plenty of celebrities to go in my new series that I think I'm going to start.
Okay.
Which is Running with Celebrities.
Oh, that's a
Running
great
with
idea.
celebrities.
Running
Because
Who
with
do
now
you
I
run
have
with?
two.
You have
so
two.
far.
Two? Okay.
I
You
have
ran
two.
with Nick and
And earlier this year, before I started working at Country 104 and was therefore colleagues with everyone who works at Fresh Radio FM 96 and 980 CFPL,
Yeah.
out on trail in St. Thomas, I also ran into the voice of the London Knights,
Oh.
Mike Stubbs,
Mike Stubbs.
our old
Very
buddy
good.
Mike. Love
Yes.
Mike.
Oh,
Tell Mike. Have
yeah.
you seen him since? I love Mike.
Speaking of nice men, he's also a very
He's
nice
a great
man.
guy.
Yeah.
Yes, he and almost took almost the exact same picture. If
There
you
it
can
Yes,
is.
you
see
did.
it, we'll put it
Yeah.
up properly there.
There
Oh,
it
there
is.
you go.
There's Mike. Looks great. He looks great.
He's
Good for
he's
you.
doing great. I have him on my show sometimes to talk about the
ya?
Knights, and he's off to the Memorial Cup.
Yes.
him.
Cool. Okay. Forman runs with celebrities. Well, what else would you expect?
I
Right?
mean, very local celebrities.
Well,
Yeah. Well,
so
whatever.
far,
That's fine.
yeah, it's just the beginning, Foreman.
Just to be, it can only go up from here.
Oh
Foreman.
yeah, you always, you
Although
always
I don't know if you get much
reach-
bigger than Nick and Mike, to be honest.
True. I
know
never
how much
tried to
better you
reach for
get.
the stars.
Maybe
but you
Julie
should.
Acheson,
Well,
you can look for her sometimes.
I'm sure if I stayed in Halifax a little bit longer, I definitely would have run into Anne Murray.
Really? Do you think so? Is she in Halifax?
Everybody does.
You would for sure run into the guy from Great Big Sea.
Yes,
Of course.
Yeah.
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 Well,
You just weren't there long enough.
all you have to do is drive into when the minute you leave Quebec and hit the East Coast, there he is.
Yeah, Jimmy Rankin, maybe.
No, remember, that was my disappointment about Cape Breton. Jimmy Rankin wasn't there to welcome all visitors off the bridge.
He should be just, he's the entry point, yeah.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand. We are Dave, Rachel, and Forman, and this is the Welcome to Your 40s podcast for Forman. Happy birthday, Forman. In your 40s, I slept wrong is a legitimate injury, just so you know.
Yes.
You can claim that.
I've said that to my chiropractor more than thrice.
Exactly.
What does it mean if you've used that in your 30s already?
Oh, well, that's problematic, actually. But when
you have a lot more elasticity now. You've got about a week left.
I can tell you that when you turn 40, your body starts making sound effects.
Mm.
That's fun.
Or you make sound effects when you move, maybe.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
and
true.
you probably noticed, if you're a male that turns 40, hair coming out of places that you don't want it to come out of.
Oh. Ear hair,
ears,
nose hair.
That's when you get one of those little razors that's like a pen.
Please
so you can get in all the little.
Please be one of those, over 40-year-olds who looks after that stuff. Okay.
Sure.
Just,
I live with someone who's not shy about pointing it out.
Okay. Well, it's not a bad idea to get.
So does Jeremy, but he doesn't appreciate that.
Handy razors for your 40th birthday.
She'll gladly also pull them out too, one at a time.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for listening, downloading the podcast. We appreciate your support. This is the point of the podcast where we beg for your support. If you would like to sponsor this fine podcast, you can go to our website, underwhelming.ca, and find a way to do that. You can email us, daverachelforman@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. You can buy us a coffee. You can do that through the website. Any way that you can support it, we can keep doing this.
Underwhelming.ca.
Boy, are we ever having a dry spell.
Because, it's been a while.
It's been a huge
So if you have any
spell.
events this summer that you want to promote or,
we'll do them. That's right.
Sales, promotions, whatever. Yeah, that's fine.
That's right.
And we love to give lots of love and bonuses, and we will, it's overwhelming.
We will talk on end about your business, your event, to the point where everyone else listening will be like, fine, I'm going to go. Stop talking about it.
Stop talking about it.
And they do. And
I'll buy the thing. Leave me alone.
Right. I'll buy the thing. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
And we love it when you contact us and you tell us what you think of the podcast. You can do that through so many different avenues, from our website to our email to our social media. So this is the point where we like to acknowledge and read some of your feedback. What do we got?
Yes, I have a message from Eileen through our website. We've really advanced a lot, actually, since we began this, because we used to only have like a Facebook, Instagram, and email. And now we've got so many different ways.
A website.
We have a website. We've got everything. Okay, Eileen says, you guys are always good for a laugh. Thank you. I've often wondered what happened to the Costco puzzle that Forman received. Did he put it together?
That's true. What happened to that?
Well, my first plan for it was going to be bring it to the live show and let everyone in attendance put it together.
That's a riveting activity.
And
Is it ever?
Then I forgot it, and I've forgotten it ever since.
Oh, okay. So it's somewhere in the house.
I thought you were going to say my first idea was to throw it in a bonfire.
No.
Well, that's so.
I would do it. Don't do that. I will do it.
No, I
like puzzles.
I appreciate the gesture, Lindsay. Thank you for getting it all the way here from
Lindsay
Nova Scotia.
knew you weren't going to do it.
Yes.
She knew that.
But you knew this is exactly how it would play out.
Yeah.
Right?
She knew.
You knew.
She did it
So
for the,
you understand?
She did it for the plot.
You understand how the phrase "I like puzzles" basically
Listen,
paints...
I'm 42. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I got nothing to prove. I don't give one what you think.
You've really given
That's
up.
the good thing about 40, Forman, is that I haven't given up, but you don't give one shit what other people think. You just don't.
Yeah. No, you
just
gave
like,
up.
you know what? F you. I like puzzles. Too bad. Fuck off. That's what happens.
I like puzzles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, so does Dave. So I know that for a
No,
fact.
I don't.
Yes, you
hate
do.
them. I hate them.
You do them every Christmas
do
and you
them,
buy a new
But
one.
I do them because it's a challenge.
Yeah, you want to do a
But I hate
Costco
them.
puzzle?
I truly hate them.
Exactly.
I hate puzzles.
Yeah. I actually enjoy, you know what, Lindsay? I'm glad we've had this refresh because I enjoy the fact that you've given me a puzzle even more because those two do them and I don't. And I have one that would be
we
a
don't
challenge.
have. Yeah. And I don't want it either, so don't give it to me. I don't want it.
That's funny. Well, I will probably do it actually.
Well, because you love puzzles.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I actually don't have a lot of messages or anything on social media, so I just have the one from Eileen.
That could be
Right.
why we're in a bit of a dry spell.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, Jim Bag has written me
Oh, good. Okay.
because a couple weeks ago, last minute, I was able to take my 8-year-old daughter, Emily, to sit front row on the glass for the one hockey game we've attended all year, which was the London Knights winning the OHL championship.
Yay!
I saw your video. That's fun. That looked
for
like a
you.
fun day.
How was your daughter? Did
Or
she
night,
like
I
that?
guess.
She had a blast.
Did
She was going to town on the noisemaker. She was upstanding, banging on the glass, singing along to Sweet Caroline.
Of course.
Aw.
Yeah. To
That's
which
nice.
Grandma, Marlene, says, sounds like she has inherited her mommy and daddy's singing voice.
Oh, that's a shame. That's
But
a shame.
Jim Bag says, okay, I'm pissed off now. How the hell did you get tickets?
Well, how did you get tickets?
How
Jim
did
Bag, I'm Forman from Country 104. Of course I got
you? He happened to be around the office
Nick
when they were giving them
Paparella
out.
recognizes me.
All right. Okay.
Come on.
All right.
I'm sending this episode to Nick
That's right.
for sure.
Turning 40 has made you slightly cockier than you
I'm
were
telling
when
you,
were
turn
39.
40 and you don't give one shit what other people think.
Take the wins while I can.
That's right.
Who knows how many more I'm going to get.
Yep.
You remember how we really overshot the food order at
Yes.
Harley's birthday
Yes.
party? Yes. And I said that all the kids said, well, send me home with a pizza because my dad will eat a whole one as a snack.
Yeah.
Right.
Sherry, Harley's friend Addie's mom, says, Brad wants to know where his snack pizza is. It's in my tummy.
So you kept all of them.
I ate them.
All
Yes.
of them?
I'm going to eat it as a snack.
You had 4 pizzas.
Well, there was
Did
the
you
odd
freeze
slice
them?
that went to the rest of the family, but no one else really likes leftovers. So
That's right.
That's the same in our house. Jeremy always says to me, why don't you eat leftovers? I said, I don't know.
But then it's super annoying when you do, on occasion, eat a leftover that I was really counting on.
Yeah.
Right, because you
I think
assume they're all for you, right?
They're all
Mine.
mine.
Although
I
I
always
do eat
assume they're
pizza
for-
leftovers because those are easy.
I assume
Yeah.
they're all for me too until then the teenage.
Right, yes.
Wait a second. Oh, I was so looking forward
She
to
comes
pizza.
home from work and she's
Pizza-
starving
Oh, yeah.
and she
Pizza
needs
for
something to
lunch,
eat.
and I'm like, hey, wait, where's the pizza box? And what the? Oh.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. Stacy wrote to us to say, hey guys, still love listening to your podcast while walking my dogs. I just wanted to comment on Dave's mocking response to someone shopping at Canadian Tire for a Mother's Day gift. Because
It was
one of
both
my
Dave and me and Dave both mocked it.
Oh, you did mercilessly mock us, and we're using the pots, and they're great.
I don't dispute that. It's just not a gift. But go on.
Stacy says one of my favorite Mother's Day gifts ever came from Canadian Tire.
What was
Okay.
it?
My kids got me a double egg swing for our deck, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay,
That's all
well,
right.
that
I don't know
I
what
could
that
see.
is. That sounds
Like
okay.
an
A
egg
double
swing.
egg.
She says they don't only sell kitchen appliances, but all I picture is something kitchen related because of the word egg.
No, it's
I
a
don't
swing.
know what a
It's
double
like, you know
egg
those
swing
egg
is.
swings that are like wicker and they're like egg-shaped, big with the top.
I see. As I Google
Yeah.
the phrase
Stacey,
double
if
egg
you could
swing.
let me know, did your egg swing, which you loved, which is one of your favorite gifts, did it smell like Canadian Tire? Because you know how Canadian.
I don't smell Canadian Tire. I know
Oh, I do.
everybody says that.
Oh, yeah, it has a smell.
I don't smell it.
It's a part of our heritage,
It's
Rachel.
a part of
Is
our
it?
heritage.
It
Like
needs its
tires,
own
I
minute.
guess?
That's right.
Yes.
It's
Smell.
Canadian.
What is the smell? Tires? Is that
I
what
think
it
it's
is?
just the tires, but still. It's Canadian Tires.
It's Canadian.
I guess so.
Yeah. My
Next
goodness,
time I go in there,
Stacey.
I'm going to go in and smell.
GT Boutiques has a smell too. It does.
Really?
There's a smell.
Huh.
Yes.
Like Subway, like Canadian Tire.
Well, Subway, yeah. That's the bread. Sure.
Not the bread.
Subway's the bread. It's the baking bread.
Subway, where the bread's barely bread.
It's bread. They bake it.
The chicken's barely chicken and the bread's barely bread. Get a foot-long
And the
chocolate chip
footlong's
cookie.
not a foot long.
Well,
All 7
there
inches.
goes another potential sponsor. You guys just shit on everything.
Yeah. And if we want to lose Canadian Tire, by the way, their double egg swings are $800.
Wow, Stacey.
Out of here.
Are you very rich?
The kids apparently are.
Wow. No wonder she gets good Mother's Day gifts.